The delegation from the Galactic Council observed the human settlement with a mixture of curiosity and apprehension. Among them were 4 elite warriors of the Telvari species, known throughout the galaxy for their combat prowess and stoic demeanor. Commander Lark, Lieutenant Dov, Specialist Trill, and Security Officer Mev had survived countless battles across hostile environments, yet nothing had prepared them for what they were about to witness on this strange planet called Earth. "These humans come from what we classify as a death world," explained Dr. Reed, the human liaison assigned to guide the alien delegation. "Our gravity is higher than galactic standard, our atmosphere more oxygen-rich, our weather systems more volatile, and our biodiversity includes numerous venomous and predatory species." The Telvari warriors nodded solemnly. They had been briefed on these facts before arrival, which explained the humans' surprising physical resilience and endurance. What they hadn't expected was an invitation to observe a human barbecue, which Dr. Reed assured them was a traditional Earth gathering centered around food preparation. As the aliens approached the designated area, they saw several humans standing around a metal container that glowed an ominous orange-red. Waves of heat distorted the air above it. "What is that device?" Commander Lark asked, her hand instinctively moving toward her sidearm. "That's just a charcoal grill," Dr. Reed replied casually. "Tom there is cooking hamburgers for everyone." The aliens watched in horror as Tom, a middle-aged human with a cheerful demeanor, placed pieces of processed animal flesh directly onto the blazing hot surface. The meat sizzled violently, releasing clouds of smoke and a strong aroma that made the Telvari's sensory appendages twitch uncomfortably. "You deliberately set organic matter on fire to consume it," Lieutenant Dov whispered, his normally impassive face contorted in shock. "Well, not exactly on fire," Dr. Reed clarified. "We're cooking it with high heat. The charcoal is what's burning." Nearby, another human named Jack stood before a different apparatus. He lifted its lid, releasing the billowing cloud of white smoke that momentarily obscured him from view. "And that device?" Security Officer Mev inquired, her voice faltering slightly. "That's a smoker. Jack's been smoking a brisket for about 12 hours now." 12 hours of exposure to toxic combustion byproducts, Specialist Trill muttered in disbelief. "Meat remains within this chamber of smoke for the entire duration." "That's the point." Dr. Reed nodded enthusiastically. "Low and slow cooking with smoke from burning wood gives it a delicious flavor." The Telvari exchanged alarmed glances. On their world, exposure to smoke was considered an emergency situation requiring immediate evacuation. The idea of deliberately generating it for food preparation was incomprehensible. Their attention was diverted by a thunderous roar from another cooking station. Flames leaped 3 feet into the air as a human named Mike flipped what appeared to be seafood in a metal wok. "Is that a weapons test?" Commander Lark asked, dropping into a defensive stance. Dr. Reed laughed. "No, that's just a stir-fry. Mike's showing off with some flame techniques." The warriors watched speechlessly as Mike manipulated the raging inferno with casual precision, seeming completely unbothered by the extreme heat that they could feel even from their position several meters away. The final shock came when they observed a human named Lisa using a handheld device that emitted a concentrated blue flame. "What is she doing to that food?" Lieutenant Dov asked weakly. "Oh, she's using a kitchen torch to caramelize the sugar on top of that creme brulee," Dr. Reed explained. "You use military-grade thermal weapons on your desserts?" Specialist Trill's voice had risen several octaves. The Telvari warriors, who had faced down hostile forces across multiple star systems without flinching, now stood frozen in collective horror. Their rigid postures and widened eyes betrayed their struggle to process what they were witnessing. "I don't understand your reaction," Dr. Reed said, genuinely confused. "These are just basic cooking methods that humans have used for thousands of years." Commander Lark finally found her voice. "On our world, direct exposure to flame is considered an extreme survival situation. We have emergency protocols for dealing with such dangerous conditions. The idea of voluntarily creating fire for daily food preparation is disturbing. Dr. Reed considered this. I suppose when you come from worlds with stable environments and mild conditions, our cooking methods might seem extreme, but on Earth, we've evolved alongside fire. We've harnessed it rather than feared it. Later, as the delegation cautiously sampled the prepared foods, after thorough scanning with their medical devices, they were surprised by the complex flavors that resulted from these alarming preparation methods. It is not unpleasant, admitted Commander Lark, taking another small bite of the smoked brisket. That evening, the Telvari warriors sent their report to the Galactic Council. Their assessment of humans included a new perspective. These deaf world inhabitants didn't merely survive their harsh environment, they had developed cultural practices that embraced and celebrated these dangerous conditions. The implications were clear. Any species that casually used controlled fire and smoke as part of their everyday life was not to be underestimated. A race that treated extreme heat as a cooking tool rather than a threat possessed a fundamentally different relationship with danger than most galactic citizens. As the Telvari prepared for departure the next day, they watched a human child confidently roasting a marshmallow over an open flame. The warriors exchanged knowing glances. The galaxy would need to reconsider its approach to these remarkable and terrifying creatures from Earth.